Good morning, family. Sun's coming up. It's a beautiful day. God woke me up early. I'm getting an early start. And we all know that's for a reason. Don't know why yet, but it's coming. You know where I'm headed. Down to St. Vincent's. Going fishing. So, Lord, your love is so good. It's a beautiful morning, guys. I know I keep saying that, but it's cool. Sun's coming up. Life is good. So, I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. So, which one you want first, huh? Let's go with the bad news, get that out of the way, huh? So, after my class yesterday, rode home in the Uber with my roommate Jeremy. And when we got to the house, my house manager was there with her husband. Both of their vehicles we saw as they pulled up, and then there was an ambulance pulling up as well. So we get out and we're like, what the heck? And my roommate came out of the house. My roommate Nate came out of the house and said, I found Brad. Unconscious on the floor. And I know you guys don't know Brad, but I just told him the other night, I was just like, you don't strike me as a guy who should be in this program. You're smart, intelligent. I mean, that's kind of asinine, but you know what I mean. He just clean cut, Caucasian male. You just wouldn't expect to look at him and hear that he struggles with anything. And as far as we all knew, his drug of choice was alcohol. But this wasn't alcohol. I haven't heard yet what it was, or I might not, but if I had to guess, I would say some sort of opiate, maybe fentanyl. So, I really like to ask you guys to lift him up in prayer. And yeah, so got the bad news out of the way. So after that happened, you know, the rest of the day was great. My dad helped me figure out my e-bike situation, so today's e-bike day. Whoop whoop. And it's gonna be great. Love it. Been waiting for a while, and I believe God says you're ready to move a little bit faster now. No more walking. So y'all might see some biking videos soon, huh? That'll be cool, right? Hope so. Anyway. So a little backstory. Before I went to prison, I was out on the streets, and I mean, not necessarily the streets. I was living out of my car and stealing cars and staying in hotels, and at that time my sidekick was my girlfriend, and she's on again, off again escort, and she saved my life at the Red Roof Inn on 34th, and I'll never forget it. I won't get into the details, and all that, but it was really a traumatic experience for me, and the fact that she saved my life, it's just so grateful, you know. And I know I don't owe her anything, but since I've got out, I've been looking for her because, you know, I've been praying for her and hoping she's all right. I'd feel really bad if she saved my life and I went to prison and she died or something. But like I said, I've been looking for her since I got out, and I checked VineLink for all the Florida Department of Corrections, and when I went and registered as a convicted felon, I checked the morgues. So I knew she was alive, I knew she wasn't in jail, and I knew she was in Florida because this is her home. She's got kids here and stuff. Not that she's a part of their life, unfortunately. But the last post I saw on Facebook was from quite a while ago, maybe January or something. And it looked like she was living in Brandon, working in a restaurant, and sober from the looks of it. So I was like, all right, maybe she's good. Maybe she's got her stuff together. And maybe just not using social media or something. So I kind of let it go. And after last night, I guess it kind of dug up a lot of old emotions. And not to change the subject, but God put at the top of my feed a message by Pastor Mike, part 1 in a series called Triggered, from earlier this year or so. And just thinking about it right now, I mean, my roommate possibly ODing on fentanyl definitely triggered me. And it didn't trigger me to do drugs or anything like that. But it brought her to my mind. So I went on a specific website that will remain nameless, but it specializes in escorts and such. And not to change the subject again, but I told my dad yesterday that I found how to define what I want to be in life. And my mom helped me kind of define it as well. Because I want to be a David Wilkerson. My mom said, "You ever read The Cross and the Switchblade?" I said, "Yes, one of my favorite books." Maybe even saw the movie. And God just spoke to me that that's going to be you, but not just New York City, not just St. Pete, not just Florida, not just the United States. I want you to be a worldwide David Wilkerson. I want you to go into the roughest, toughest inner cities of this world with armed bodyguards, of course, because I'm no tough guy. But, and I forgot to share this with my sister yesterday, I think, but there it is, sis. So I had to go in the trenches last night. And I shared with you the other day that, you know, I've been struggling with lust and women, and, you know, it's been a while and all that. And I had to go through the trenches, man, to find her. And I did. I had to go through 14 pages of hookers and escorts and all kinds of temptation and all that. to find Diane. And I found her. I messaged her, and eventually she messaged back. And really all I did was plant a seed. Let her know how good life is right now, and let her know that she can have that too. And I can show her the path. I can get her into a program, but she doesn't have to do what she's doing right now. And you know, she said a lot of things, and really she hasn't changed at all in the last 5 years. I talked to her in prison a little bit. She just hasn't changed at all, really, unfortunately. And if anything, she digressed or whatever. But yeah, I just planted a seed, and I let her know that there's help out here. There's people that love her out here, and I will always love her. Not in that sense, but in a godly sense. And so it was a good, I would say, first test of really going into the trenches for me, in a sense. And I invite you guys to lift her up in prayer too, as well as my roommate Brad. There's just so much hurt, there's so much pain in this world today, and we need to do stuff. We need to stand up and be proactive and do all these things that I'm trying to set an example of. Every morning going out and doing this stuff and being relentless. And some people might think, this is a good message for somebody else, but like Pastor Mike said this morning, you sitting there thinking this whole time this message is for somebody else. But really, you might say, I don't have time for that, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. But if you make the time, you get up with the sun, you get to bed early, you put the Facebook down at night, if you really just be proactive, everything that God gives you along with that, because He knows you're doing His work and He knows you're catching big fish, He's going to finance that. He's going to bless that. He's going to make so many things just perfect in your life. And nobody said you got to be perfect. But to just know that you're walking directly in God's purpose is indescribably gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's not beautiful. It's not pretty. It's gorgeous. It's perfect. It is indescribably perfect. The feeling that goes with all that. And I invite you all to join me out here and help us save this world one at a time. If all of us Christians did it. If all of us Christians did it. And you don't even really have to be a Christian to experience God's blessing. I believe. I could be wrong. Biblically. But, maybe not God's blessing, but you will be blessed. Karma is a thing. What you put out into this world, you get back. That's just fact. And you don't need religion or the Bible or God to teach that. That's just something that we're designed for, to help our fellow man. And I can't say it enough. And I'm not going to stop saying it. So if you're tired of it already, you might want to unsubscribe or unfollow or whatever. But this is my purpose. This is my plan, God's plan. I don't want to take any credit for any of this. This is all God, baby. And it's funny, like, we want to do all these fun things and occupy our time with all this entertainment. But for me personally, all of that entertainment, all of that fun and stuff, it becomes you don't even remember it. I mean, you remember certain things, of course, but it's not like it defines you. It's not like it makes you feel all that much better like this does. The funny part is it's about Pastor Mike's message, part 1 of Triggered. I've seen before. And as I watched it, I started to remember it. So, sometimes, while it's good to fill our mind with stuff like that, if we're not in a place where we're ready, like I wasn't then, it doesn't impact you like it does when you are ready and God puts it in front of you. And there's a reason for everything that He does. There's a reason I watched it back then and I watched it today, and it resonated today like it didn't back then. And it's just all clicking right now. All cylinders are clicking right now with me and with Him. There's no cylinders that aren't clicking. And that right there is perfection. And it's not my perfection, it's His perfection. I hope that makes sense for everybody. I'm trying to work on my delivery and my speaking and everything that goes with it. I'm getting ready to change languages to yo, what's up? Down here at the homeless shelter. And that's good. But that's not who I am. That's not how I was raised to speak or anything. So that's not how I deliver on a daily basis. But it's good that I can use that. And what I was saying about being a pastor or street evangelist, if you will. Something also God showed me yesterday is I'm going back to school, guys. Praise report. It's gonna happen. I found out my all my old school loans from trying it before when I wasn't ready are canceled. So my plan is to become a doctor. Not that kind of doctor, not a medical doctor. But I want to have a doctorate in counseling and theology. Or maybe something that's more specific to what I'm planning. But from what I've gathered from talking to people, that's the path. And so I'm going to be a doctor. Dr. Brady. And that's but when you feel it, you feel it. And I know it's God's will, and it's gonna happen, pretty sure. Getting close, guys. St. Vincent's is over there under the bridge, under the overpass. If you guys know where those signs, when you drive over it, you're driving over St. Vincent's. And it's the on-ramp right here by St. Anthony's. So if you guys ever feel like stopping by, they could use your help. Because it's a show down here. And really you gotta be a Captain America kind of Superman to be ready prepared for what you see, what you hear, what you smell down here. And this is the trenches. And I love it. I love being in the trenches now. I used to be in the trenches before and just be broken, be destroyed. But now I am healed, and it's gonna be a beautiful day. And I pray right now in Jesus' name that my fishing expedition this morning down here before going to class is like in the Bible. Jesus said to the disciples, throw your nets over on that side. I feel like that's God this morning when he woke me up. Throw your net over on that side. Get there a little early. Spend a little more time. And if you've made it to this point in the video, thank you. Please share it. Not to make me anything, but you could impact somebody's life today maybe. And that's humbling. So I want everybody to be a superhero today. Y'all be a superhero. Y'all can do it. I got faith in you. I'm praying for you. And I pray in Jesus' name that my net is full this morning. I got a few extra bus passes, so you never know. I think there's a reason for that as well. It's God's perfect plan. Somebody down here is ready, like I was. Some of y'all are ready, like I was. So just pray about it. I love you, family. I really pray you guys have a blessed day. Recognize your purpose and learn to walk in it. So until then, until next time, take care of yourself and each other.